well, black hoodie, messy hair, Adidas fit on, Monday morning. That's how we know a good leg day is about to start. Make sure I lock this door here. Okay, we're locked. We're locked and loaded. I am ready for this leg day. I'm prepared. It is like on the brink of snow tomorrow. My classes are getting shut down left and right, but I'm saying screw all that. I'm saying all I need is a good lift right now. I've been editing videos all day. I've been grinding classwork like nobody's business all day. I got due dates out the wazoo today. This week is all grind. And I'm not loving it, but at the same time I am, especially when it comes to the gym because, you know, last week I said it in some videos that I was disappointed with the output, disappointed with some of the results, disappointed that, you know, I had to skip some uploads. I had to let some footage fall by the wayside. But with a big asterisk. This means that, you know, the fall gives way to the rise, and the rise is this week. Today I got leg day going on. We're gonna go through the full set of it. I've got a good night ahead of me planned. This is not a morning lift. I might be talking a little bit more than morning lifts, but this morning I had too much to do, and so that's why I got pushed tonight. But luckily I have enough time to knock it out tonight. So yeah, the start of the Valentine's week, we're gonna kick it off with a big old leg day, hitting where we want and working on the increase for this month for squat. Okay, it's important to note that definitely fuel plays a large part in the weightlifting spectrum. So the fact that this is a night lift might change a little bit of things, just like a few things regarding my strength for squat, but mainly it's just about the setup and lining up my feet correctly, setting my core, all the basics of squat. So we got 230 for 8 for this little warm-up. Shouldn't be too difficult, and I got high hopes for it. So first part of the movement. All right, good little eight reps there. Definitely feel the breathing opening up from that first set. Experiencing a tad bit of muscle tightness in my back. I didn't think I was using back for any part of that setup of back squat, but maybe I need to like set the bar better to where it's all leg work and no back strain. But you know, that's just the fire you play with being a 155 to around like 157 pound dude, and you're working with, what is this now, 240 for high reps, so that's a good deal of your body weight. But ideally, I don't know if I learned this correctly the right way or not, but ideally, like maybe like 2 times your body weight is manageable for squat, because you know, like when you go to the doctor and stuff, general recommendations is, you know, especially as a newbie lifter, not to do more than your body weight when you're getting used to stuff. But then like you're not supposed to bench more than your body weight. But then like as you get into other stuff, it changes. It gets more and more different. And like that was when I was always like younger. The doctors were always like, oh yeah, benching more than your body weight or doing close to your body weight is about the maximum. But you know, that's the general safety guidelines, because they don't want you to go in there and ego lift, which I know none of you watching would do that, but it's I don't know, it's just something you have to gauge. But I'm definitely not ego lifting with it here, so the nature of the injury just might be a little bit of inactivity over this last weekend as I've been busy, but I think I can push through it, and I'm not too worried about it for these eight reps at 240. But, never say never. Something could still happen. Okay, 5th rep. Met a little bit of resistance. I'm going to pause it, get it back up, and keep going. I went a little bit too low. All right, pushing past the failure. Quickly got it back up, so I'll go ahead, handle the 3 to 4 reps that I still have. Okay. Save a little bit in the tank. Not completely full reps because the 5th one was the failure, but need to save a little bit. Cut it early. Need to save a little bit left. All right. Transitioning on. Now we're at 255, which 255 I think remains at just 6 reps is what I'm pretty positive of. Just straight up and down. It'll be around like the 6, 7, 8 mark. It just kind of depends on how far I'm willing to push it, how far my legs are willing to go, and how far I think I'll be ready until I conquer that 265 for 3. That's 265 for 3 is the benchmark for February. I might be able to hit it even earlier and keep pushing forward on my plan, which I'm hoping tonight, but it just kind of depends on how ready the quads are, how opened up they are after some of these warm-ups, but I'm feeling pretty warm, so let's go ahead and conquer 6 first. Alright, 6 was definitely moving pretty well. I just realized midway through doing squats that I horrifically misjudged the weight. I said I was doing like 255, but I only had a 10 on each side, so what is that, 245? That's 10 pounds of difference. It's a solid difference. And the fact that I realized that right before the final, the max out is kind of insane. Because now I'll be gunning for 265 for 3, which is a 10-pound increase as well, but in the opposite direction, going up. So all of this one relies on, here I'm going to center this as best as I can. All this next one relies on is just pure willpower. Just pure pushing through like as much as humanly possible. So 265 for 3 is what we're going to be going. We're going to be trying to get good depth, but good enough to where we can keep going the whole time and that we're not going to stop. It's the whole group of it. It's just not to stop. Okay, we got it for 2. I'll take 2. That means next time we'll do the increase. Alright, after a long bout with squat, it is now time for hamstring curls. So, with hamstring, we're going to be rocking 135 this time. Bit of a weight increase. Just kind of getting used to it, getting everything set up with it. What else do I have to say about this? I guess kind of the trend with hamstrings has been, really able to handle it, really able to push the extra weight on it. But, hamstrings are definitely a muscle that is kind of easy to overload, but at the same time, getting the full stretch on them sometimes hard to gauge, especially if you're like an experienced lifter and you don't exactly feel the soreness after every workout. Like, you feel it after some workouts, but not every workout. Hamstrings, like, in the moment you might be like, oh, I'm not really stretching these, but then 2 days later, here they come. You're walking and then your legs get all wobbly, they get all loose, turn into jello, and then you're flopping all over the place. And that is something I've said many, many times before with hamstrings. It's something I'll say again and again, forever into the future, and it's something I'm going to try to make happen today. We want to be able to not walk in 2 days because of hamstrings. So let's get that. Alright, a controlled negative on the hamstrings. We're going to try to do that 2 more times. Second set, a little bit of a medium rest period in between, but honestly, I'm just getting to the start of this workout. But I've been doing I was doing squat for so long that it feels like I've been in it a long time. But in reality, that's kind of how leg starts. It makes you feel like you're doing this massive giga workout, when in reality, it's just some things are more time consuming than others. It's the same way with chest day. Bench becomes all encompassing, all consuming. I look back at footage and it's like 7 minutes just full of bench. That's only one movement. It's me talking about the movement. It's me getting ready for the movement. It's me moving everything to maximum efficiency. It's me taking a bunch of rest periods, even though that doesn't show up on the camera, but it's definitely longer than any other part of it. And that's the same way with squat. But hamstrings, I've taken enough time with yapping. I think these next 2 sets we'll just go silent working. Okay, good work, good silence. Let's move it on to the 3rd set. Definitely those last couple of reps were very strained. That's how you know it's a good weight increase. Okay, so seated calf raises are what's next. Kind of with my back and stuff, the little strain I'm kind of feeling. I don't want to push anything more than I have to. Camera's going to be kind of close on this, but with standing calf raises are usually where I can work on the decline the best. But with this, I'm trying to load up heavy and just see if I can still focus on that decline and really feeling the stretch, really controlling that slow negative for 10. or maybe even 12. It just kind of depends on feel. But if I'm trying to expedite the process a little bit and not try to get, over injured, I might have to move back in biceps to a different part tomorrow. But um, it's just all based on feeling. So, all right, first set of this. Okay, set pretty nicely in there. Go ahead and pause it out. Okay, I can definitely feel everything working on that decline during the rest period. So seated calf definitely is, well, I don't know what's more effective. I've not really looked at any science between standing and seated, but I mean, you're already better than the average gym bro if you're going ahead and hitting calves. I mean, if you're one of my female audience, you might already be like hitting legs pretty effectively if you're falling within the stereotypes. And I don't really like to follow the stereotypes a lot of times because I actually see a lot of women at the gym hitting upper body a lot, and a lot of dudes, hitting pretty hard leg days. But as a general rule, sometimes those gym stereotypes can kind of fall into place. At least if you're looking at like beginner lifters, people that aren't as dedicated, but just aren't as consistent, aren't as here all the time. You can kind of look at those as like general type of guidelines on. I mean, like if you're just making like predictions and stuff, you'd bet on the fact that guys are more doing the upper body stuff and women are doing the lower body because that's just the genetic makeup. It's easier for guys to develop upper body strength, but women have more solid cores and leg strength and stuff. It's just kind of biology and different things. But honestly, that doesn't stand in the way of anything. That doesn't stand in the way of gender or anything, because they are like 8 billion people, regardless of gender, who could absolutely outwork me or outlift me in the gym. But that's the other thing. It's a competition with yourself. It doesn't matter the stereotypes or anything else. It's you versus you. That 10th one was a freaking doozy. Okay, last set of calf raises, working off the rest of the lactic acid from this part. Let's see what we've done so far. We've done calves, quads, and hamstrings. We've hit the majority of muscles of everything, except we still got hip abductors to do, both of those. We got some pistol squats, and we have RDLs. Now, RDLs are kind of back focused if you're focused on picking up the weight, so we might have to see what if there's an alternative to RDLs if it hurts my back. But I don't know, with lifting straps it might be a little different. We'll just kind of have to play it by ear because mostly it's all about the hamstrings, but I still don't want to hurt my back. But maybe my back will distract from when I'm doing hip flexors because those have been tender recently. So at least one body part is tender at a time. Maybe that's what we've learned today. definitely some tenderness, a little bit of strain on that, but I'll just have to kick it out, move on to the next thing. Well, in the corner we go for some pistol squats. We're working on that next variation. Next variation is like the triangle squat, where we do it like this. I don't know if you guys can see a lot with me standing up like this, but I'm going to be going down all the way for pistol squats, and setting my leg on top is kind of like a counterweight, a counterbalance. That's going to be the next variation, and then I'll work on some different movement. I'm going to have to look up some different videos of pistol squat variation. Eventually I'll be able to start doing it weighted, but for now I just got it as is. Alright, so let's work on this. Balance is hard on that one. Alright, one more. Okay, left foot now. Try to work on the balance a little bit. Okay, two more. Oh man, that's pulling on me. Okay. 6 reps of each leg. That's definitely activating new stretching muscles I didn't even know I had. Oh. Second set of pistol squats. Working on these is definitely going to be a careful preciseness of balance, but that's all right. We need some balance in order to trigger perfection in my form. I want to have flexibility. I want to have cardio built up. I want to have muscular strength, and I want to be able to go for a long time with muscles. I want to have a combination of every factor that you need to be a well-rounded, fit person. That's the only goal. Gains in fitness. Oh shoot. Balances could be worked on. Oh man. Okay, right leg is going pretty strong, all things considered. Let's try to duplicate it with left leg. I've noticed you kind of need a counterweight. You need to shift to one side when doing it because your knee will provide a natural balance in an opposite way. So that was good. Alright, shaky legs, shaky everything, but one more set of this. And I think we'll move onto hip work, and then see about RDLs. See about maybe moving on to some other hamstring thing, and then finish it out. Cut to a talk. Might get a roll out a little bit my legs. It's all just playing by ear. That's what I should title this video, playing by ear, because everything is on a whim. Definitely giving out on that one. No, you're good. I'm gonna try for 2 more. Okay. Those last 2 went off. Now we gotta work on that left leg. Whew. Shakiness. Come on. 3 more. Oh, shoot. These legs are wonky today. Too much squatting for me. Oh, man. All right. Well, not tied all pretty in a bow, but tied in a wad of string. But oh well. 130 for 12. That is the move. That is what's on deck for this. Now, albeit, hips have been a wonky area. They've not had an exactly linear growth pattern to being uninjured, but I mean, think about it. Think about it, guys. We've had a long weekend full of not working out. We've had a longer rest of legs. None of my leg parts have gotten injured today. Everything's looking in the clear for this, so I say we take it as an in the clear part of the movement and grind it out for all 12. What do you guys think? Let's do it. Alright, now we swap it to adduction. Okay, good stretch, knees popping. Everything's safe for this 1 rep. Well, I said 1 rep, I meant 1 set. Now it's second set. We're moving forward for all 12. I'm kind of going to keep it almost like hamstrings, where I'm going to try to do it quietly and display as much focus as I possibly can. Okay, 3 more. Okay. Abduction is never really the problem. It's always about the careful control of adduction to feel out the rest of the reps. And my legs are already shaking from what I did with pistol squats before. Okay, so it's 7, so we got 5 more. Okay, 2 more. Okay, definitely a lot of pause reps there. A lot of careful control, but I think I executed pretty beautifully. Okay, last little bit is left. We have spent a good deal of time with the workout today. You guys are getting big beefy video today. Well, maybe it's the same as always. You can only tell in the editing stage, but it definitely feels like I've had a good solid leg day. And to start off on Monday, it's not half bad. Not half bad at all. In the morning I would have been rushed, but that's why I'm not even rushed. I'm just grinding it. So 12 more reps each part. Okay, three more. Jesus. We need a little bit more grip on here. Alright. That's enough for abduction. Can we exercise careful control on adduction? This is the $1 million question. Alright. Okay. 3 more reps. Just lace these hands together and push as hard as possible. All right, 3 altogether. It's shaping up really good. RDOs is the only thing I'm going to look at next. Okay, 195 for, what are we doing? 8? I believe it's 8. Just gotta get my hands repped nice and good with these hand reps. Getting the wrist as close as possible. And wrist reps have definitely upped my game when it comes to setting my grip on these things. I feel like I'm able to move much more weight than before. And it was actually recommended to me by one of my friends from high school. He was very adamant, like a year or two ago, and he was like, bro, I was like, I can't maximize my RDLs, and he said, bro, you need to throw on some wrist straps for yourself. He said, I've been able to pull like 270 or something for RDLs, and I was baffled at such a number, but he's a pretty big guy, and so he's like, I can never get that on my own grip-wise, but it helps my RDLs like so much, so that's definitely been the good part about it, so definitely going to go ahead and work that out. Alright, first set done with pretty good control. I'll just try to replicate that the other 2 sets. Can't tell if this angle is funky or not, but I feel like it might be good, honestly, It's hard to direct where the focus should be, but I like that first set. I'm getting definitely more and more used to the reps as time goes on, so I'm just gonna try to duplicate same thing again. Good hand wrap on everything. Revving it up like a motorcycle, and I think last time maybe for those starter reps I wasn't going as low as I possibly could have, so I may want to go a little bit lower this time, but we'll just have to see as time goes on. Whew, lots of heavy breathing on that one. Lots of heavy working. That was a good working set. Okay, one last final part of this workout, and then we're gonna call it quits for the night. I don't know how to say about what to say about how I felt about this leg day. It's not like it's had ups and downs. It's actually had some pretty good ups, but I've been watching my back very carefully the whole time, so it feels like, maybe there's room for growth that could be there if I stretched a little bit more, but sometimes you just get a pulled muscle here and there, so it's kind of hard to gauge, It's, I don't know. With injuries, I'm very, very, I'm not like injury prone, but I'm very maybe injury conscious is the right word. I've experienced so many different things in the past that I really end up not wanting to replicate a certain thing, and so that becomes like maybe I don't push myself as hard as I possibly could have. But then at the same time, some part of myself thinks, well, maybe that's just like your internal voice, the internal pressure that you put on yourself. But then at the same time, that's not pressure, that's just a natural yearning for more. A natural yearning to get a little bit stronger, get a little bit better. It's hard. Weightlifting is a paradox for sure. It's a weird oxymoron, if you will. My wrist is twisting a funny way on this. My circulation's getting cut off. I need to reset. Not trying to twist my arm off today, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, what was that, 3? Go ahead and do 5 more. Okay. A little unorthodox ending, but I like the result. I'd say that's a good leg day. Well, you guys have realized I've never really seen a proper demonstration of what a lifting fridge might look like. So let's showcase to you. My fridge is kind of a little all over the place at this point because I have a lot of stuff that the school's giving me for Valentine's. So look at that, a strawberry yoo-hoo. I don't even drink yoo-hoo. I don't know when it goes good or bad. What is that? February 26th. That is an entire year away. I have random stuff in here like donuts and Pop-Tarts and stuff to give to friends if they come over. But most of the stuff that I use is, I got some water, some butter, some basic milk. This one's, I think it's a reduced fat type thing. Same thing with the cheese. I've actually, in my health class, I've done a little reading and kind of figured out that reduced fat stuff, a bunch of the stuff that's scientifically blended for perfection, might not always be the most healthy thing. So next time I'm just probably going to get the stuff that's the most whole food. But I got Milo's 0-calorie sweet tea, which this one is probably has a bunch of fake sweetener in it, but I do not care because Milo's is my jam. This is my drink. This is my drink. I drink 24/7 all the time. On top of that, I have stuff packed with fruit right now. So I have some Greek yogurt I need to crack open, but I've got a bunch of strawberries in here right now. They kind of got a little bit frozen. Oh, that one's really bad. I need to take that one out of the case. Yikes. So I need to do a little bit of rearranging and cutting, but I got that. I got apples. Apples are also my jam. Apples and Milos and Goldfish are pretty much the snacks that I destroy religiously. And then in jam, guys, celery. Obviously got to wash like it says, but celery is an underrated banger. If people aren't, casually chewing celery, I definitely might be a hater because celery, it might be a myth, it might not, that you burn more calories eating celery than you burn more calories than the calories you intake by eating celery. I have no idea if that's true or not, but I just like celery. And then I have it combined with some grapes, some fresh grapes, and then blueberries. I be smacking blueberries up too. I think blueberries and apples are probably my my two favorite fruits if it would have to come down to it. But yeah, I'm kind of fruit heavy right now. And then in the normal section of the fridge, and then of course I've got some mom's cooking in here, and that I took from this weekend. And then in here I've got some rice. It's corn and rice, if you can see it. I need to add other stuff to it. This might be a little bit old. It's been sitting here for the weekend, but I don't know. Could have been marinating. I need to like recook it. And then I got some normal cheese to make some different sandwich stuff with. But that's kind of what the fridge looks like in the normal section. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, I readjusted. I just got some frozen vegetables in here, some corn, some peas, some different stuff. I got some buildup on here. I might need to rethaw my fridge at the end of the semester, but so far it's doing well. I got some ice cube trays and normal stuff in there. But then if we're talking about like normal carbohydrate stuff, I got all of my stuff kind of on this section of the curve. I got some bread, I got some cereal, I got pretzels. Pretzels aren't really the healthy thing, but then I got all kinds of lifting stuff over here. Taco seasonings, you know, some broth. I've got avocado spray. This is the kind of thing a bunch of lifters, I think I saw Noel Dazel kind of recommending this. Avocado spray is like the better kind of alternative. It is expensive, I'll give you that, but it's better than some of the oil back here. I needed this oil to like season a pan, but I honestly don't use it that much, but I'd give it away. A friend wanted it. I got chia seeds. These things are packed with all kinds of good stuff. Chia seeds, got good nutrients and stuff in there. I got, you know, honey, cinnamon, some artificial sweeteners, a bunch of protein powder stuff to make protein shakes with. And yeah, that's about it for the big I guess it's like grocery haul. I mean, it has been pretty recent since I've been to the grocery, but for the most part, that's kind of what's been sitting in my dorm for now. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, checking out the leg day, checking out the haul full of food, and I'll see you and catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.